Welcome back. Today's video runs the risk of being an especially short video, simply because I may have stumped myself on how to go about doing this video. So, the topic that I've come up with is, are all questions philosophic questions? Well, assuming there's a specific quality that makes a question philosophic, then the answer would be no, not all questions are philosophic questions. So, how would we define a philosophic question? Because the answer to the previous question, which coincidentally is also a philosophic question, it requires that we define what a philosophic question is. And the reason that I've been having difficulty with this topic is precisely because I don't know how to get to the answer that I think is correct without doing some, logical practices which aren't that concrete. My reasoning doesn't seem to be very well grounded. If I do this, it's almost like I feel like I'm begging the question, because what I've done is I've taken questions which I presuppose to be philosophical, and I started analyzing qualities of them, and questions that I deemed not philosophical, I analyzed their qualities as well. Well, although I don't like the practice, this is all that I was able to come up with. So I took, for instance, the question in the beginning of this video, are all questions philosophic questions? And I decided to analyze the qualities of that. And that question itself is asking for a definition. That seems to be the only way of answering the question is by defining something as or by getting the definition to something. And then you can answer the question from there. And this, to me, seems to be a common theme in many philosophic questions. What is the good life? Well, you have to define a good, and you have to define life. There are several things that you have to define in order to answer that question. One sort of question in my friend circles is a calzone just a pizza sandwich? Well, you're going to have to define what you mean by sandwich in order to answer that question. Whereas a question such as, what does 2 plus 2 equal, doesn't seem inherently philosophic, or did George Washington chop down the cherry tree? Because all of those, with the question, did George Washington chop down the cherry tree, you don't have to really define anything or come up with any answer that is relying on a definition. It is, all the definitions are there, they are clear, and then it's a yes or no question. But I may be wrong. I may, you may very well still need to have to define everything within that sentence, but it doesn't seem like that's the case to me. It doesn't seem like you're asking for a definition. It seems like all the definitions in a question such as did George Washington chop down the cherry tree, all the definitions are present, otherwise the question itself doesn't make any sense. But either way, today's question has officially stumped me. I could not figure it out on my own, and actually, it's kind of funny, I actually looked it up to see if anybody else could help me answer this question, and I really couldn't get an answer from what I saw. The first thread I saw was actually somebody else asking the same question as me, and they actually came up to approximately the same answer I did, was that a philosophic question is somehow defining things, or that's a general theme that runs within it, and a distinctive theme. And his example was, do all mothers love their children? He said that that was not a very philosophic question. I actually think that that could be a philosophic question, that you're necessarily having to define a quality of mother, or of mothers, in order to answer that question. So, either way, I think this is tough. What do you guys think? Do you think that all questions are necessarily philosophic questions? In summation for this video, I don't know, but this is what I've got so far. I hope you liked the video. If you did, please hit the like button, subscribe, and click the little bell, and I will see you all again next time.